I'm going to mute you all. If you have any question in between the lecture, you have to raise your hands so that I can unmute you. Before starting the lecture, you know that there are some instructions for you which you have to follow, that your attendance is mandatory. You have to be active and focused. Keep your relevant books and stationery with you. Divide your notebook into two sections, one for classwork and one for homework. In the classwork section, you have to solve the questions which will be explained in slides. And in homework section, you have to solve your assignments or home tasks. Your work should be very neat and clear. Okay. You people know that we have already started our chapter number 11, which is triangles, quadrilaterals, and polygons. In exercise 11A, it was linked with the triangles, but today we are going to start our new topic, which is quadrilateral, exercise 11B. First of all, there are some things which you have to follow, and you have to learn what is quadrilateral. First of all, quadrilateral. But a quadrilateral is something which has a closed plane and it has four sides. If you can see this is the quadrilateral, A, B, C, and D. This is the quadrilateral. It has four sides, four vertices, and four interior angles. This is first angle, second angle, third angle, and fourth angle. So in a quadrilateral, in triangle, there are three sides, but in quadrilateral, there are four sides. And all the four sides have the angles, and there are four vertices. This is the vertex, this is the vertex, this is the vertex, and this is the vertex. And the interior, and there are four interior angles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the angles which are inside the quadrilateral is known as interior angle. Okay. Now, the line segment which is cutting the line from B and D, from B and D, if the line is cutting from B and between B and D, it is known as diagonal. For example, if this is a quadrilateral, maybe it has these four sides, there is a diagonal, and this diagonal is cutting actually between B and D. So you can see there are two triangles. One triangle is A, B, and D, and you know that the sum of interior angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree, right? And this is the other triangle, which is D, C, B, and it has also the three interior angles. If the diagonal is cutting between the lines, in between the lines, if the diagonal is cutting, it is actually dividing the angle into two parts, right? It is actually dividing the angle into two parts. So one triangle is formed A, B, and D. The other triangle is B, D, and C. And all the triangles have interior angle. All the sum of angle of triangle is equals to 180 degree, which means that 180 degree, 180 degree. So all the sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral is equals to 360 degree. Do remember this, that sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral is equals to 360 degree. Sum of interior angle of a triangle is equals to 180 degree, but sum of interior angles of quadrilateral is equals to 360 degree. Quadrilateral is something which has four sides, four vertices, and four interior angles, and there is one diagonal which will be intersecting any point from B to D or from A to C, right? So this was the quadrilateral. There are many types of quadrilaterals, and we have to study some of them. On your books, page number 273, I guess. There's 273 or 270. There is a table which is showing the different forms of quadrilaterals, right? The first quadrilateral, you have to memorize each and every property of these quadrilaterals. You have to memorize each and every property of these quadrilaterals, right? How many parallel sides it has, how many equal sides it has, what are the interior angles of the quadrilateral, different forms of quadrilateral, and what are the diagonals. First of all, come towards the rectangle. The first quadrilateral is rectangle. If you can see, this is a rectangle, and you know that in rectangle, two sides are equal, two opposite sides are equal, and two opposite sides are equal. Is this correct? In in rectangle, two sides are equal, two sides are equal, right? Two opposite sides are equal. Now, and we also know that in rectangle, all the angles are of 90 degree. In rectangle, all the four angles are of 90 degree. So first of all, there are two pairs of parallel sides. These are the parallel sides, and these are the parallel sides. So there are two pair of parallel sides. Opposite sides are equal in length. Yes, the opposite sides are equal in length. This is the second property. The third property is all four angles are right angle triangle. All the four angles of a rectangle are of 90 degree. Now the two diagonals are equal in length. For example, if one diagonal is cutting from A to C, then the other diagonal is cutting from B to D. These two diagonals are of equal length, right? For example, if I can say AE is equals to EC, this is the diagonal. If this is the diagonal which is intersecting, this is A point, this is C point, and this is the midpoint where both the diagonals are intersecting. This is E point. So the diagonals are of equal length, which means that AE is equals to EC. And if here it is B and it is D, so I can say BE is equals to ED. So this is the fourth property, that the two diagonals are equal in length. Diagonals bisecting each other, that is AE is equals to EC and BE is equals to ED. So this is the first property. This is the first quadrilateral properties, which is rectangle. Now come towards the second property, second quadrilateral form, which is square. You know that in square, all the four sides are same of length. All the four sides are equal in square. This is the equal sides, which mean all the four sides are equal. Now come towards the angle. All the angles again in rectangle and square, all the four angles are right angles, which means that all the angles are 90 degree. Now, how many parallel sides are there? There are two pair of parallel sides. This one is parallel, this one and this one is parallel. So there are two pair of parallel sides. Now come towards the diagonals. Yes, the diagonals are cutting from A to C and B to D. The two diagonals again are equal in length, right? And the diagonals intersecting AE is equals to C, DE is equals to EB, the same. And the other thing which remains to be in point, that the diagonal, if this is a square, the diagonals are cutting. If this is the midpoint, it means that this angle will be of, the diagonal angle will be of 90 degree. The diagonal angle will be of 90 degree, and it means that if diagonal bisects the interior angle, for example, if this is a square, the diagonal is bisecting the interior angle, it means that the total angle is of 90 degree. If the diagonal is bisecting, it means the one side is 45, the other side is also 45. Or for example, if one side is 30, the other side will be 60. You know this property, we have already learned this in exercise 10A, that the total angle is of 90 degree and the diagonal is bisecting, the diagonal is intersecting one angle in between. So it means that the angle is dividing into two. The 90 degree is dividing into two angle, which is 45 and 45, or maybe 30 or 60, maybe 40 or 50, maybe 20 or 10, right? So this is the second quadrilateral. Now the third one is parallelogram. What is parallelogram? Again, in parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal in length. Same is the rectangle. In diagonals, there are opposite sides are equal in length. This one and this one is equal. This one and this one is equal, and there are two pair of parallel sides. And now the opposite angles are equal. In parallelogram, if this angle is 90 degree, this angle will also be 90 degree. If this angle is 60 degree, this whole angle will also be 60 degree. So in parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal in length. Whatever the angle A, the angle C will be the same. Whatever the angle B, the angle D will be same. Now the diagonals are bisecting again each other, and diagonals will be equal in length, right? This is the third one, which is parallelogram. Now come towards the fourth quadrilateral, which is rhombus. This is the shape of rhombus, right? This is the shape of rhombus, where again two pairs of parallel sides, this one, this one, this one, and this one, two pair of parallel sides, and all the four sides are of same length. All the four sides are of same length. In rectangle and parallelogram, opposite sides are equal in length. In square and rhombus, all the four sides are of same length. Again, the opposite angles are equal in the rhombus. If angle A is 60, angle C will also be 60 degree, which means that all the opposite angles of the all the opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. Now diagonals again bisecting each other, and if diagonals are bisecting each other, which means that if the diagonals are bisecting each other, which means that E is the center point, and when do remember, when all the four sides are equal in length, then whenever the diagonal will be intersecting, in between the intersecting point is will be of 90 degree. The intersecting point angle will be of 90 degree. In square, when all the four sides will be equal, then the diagonal was intersecting at point E. The two diagonals were intersecting at point E, and the point E, the angle will be of 90 degrees. Same in case of the rhombus. So this was the fourth one. The fifth one is trapezium. What is trapezium? In trapezium, there is only one property, which is there is at least one pair of parallel sides. No side is equal in length. It has only one property, which is that there must be at least one pair of parallel sides, maybe this pair or maybe this pair. Only one pair of parallel sides, right? The fifth one is kite. The kite will be in shape of this, where the kite has two equal, the opposite sides may be parallel. There is a condition that in kite, the opposite sides may be parallel, but there are two pair of equal adjacent sides. For example, this and this side will be equal, this and this side will be equal, and diagonals are bisecting each other, and the diagonals cut each other at right angle. Again, the diagonals will be intersecting each other at right angle, and one diagonal bisects the interior angle. See, one diagonal is bisecting the interior angle of the kite, which is ADB or CDB. When we will solve the questions regarding the kite, we will be clear about the properties of the kite. So this was some of the properties of the quadrilateral, which you have to memorize thoroughly. Now come towards the questions. Exercise 11B, question number 1. On your books, page number 274, exercise 11B, question number 1. But in question number 1, find the value of the unknowns in each of the following rectangles. You have to find the value of unknown in each of the following rectangles. And now do memorize the properties of the rectangle. That rectangle has two pair of parallel sides, right? And in rectangle, all the angles will be of 90 degree, which means that this angle is 90, this angle is 90, this angle is 90, this angle is 90 degree. And if you can see, there is a transversal. For example, these are two parallel lines, and there is one transversal. There is one transversal which is cutting. So the whole angle C will be of 90 degree, because in rectangle all the angles will be equal to 90 degree. One angle is 90 degree, the other one is 90, the other one is 90. All the four angles will be of 90 degree, which means that we have to find this side. So angle C has two parts, A degree and 54 degree. If I can add A degree plus 54 degree and put them equals to 90 degree, I will come to know the other part of the angle. So A degree is equals to 90 degree minus 54 degree, which means that A degree is equals to 36 degree, right? In rectangle, all the four angles is equal to 90 degree. So the angle C is dividing into two angles, A degree and 54 degree. By putting them both equal to 90 degree, I will come to know the second part of the angle, which is 36 degree, right? And now come towards the transversal concept. If two lines are parallel, we know that in rectangle there are two pair of parallel lines, this one, and one angle when transversal is cutting. So by using the property of alternate angle, if this angle is A degree and this angle is B degree, if this and this angle will be same by using the property of alternate angles, which means that if A degree is 36, B will also be 36 degree. So this was the question number 1, part A. Now come towards the question number 2, part B. In question number 2, there is again a rectangle, A, B, C, and D. Rectangle is dividing. If you can see by using the by dividing the diagonals, there are three triangles, 1, 2, and 3. Right? There are three triangles in one rectangle. This triangle is none of our use. If we can see E, C, and B, and there is one unknown which is C degree, and we know that in rectangle all the four angles is equal to 90 degree. If I can say that B degree is 90 degree, C degree is 39 degree, and this C is unknown. So if we add both all the three angles and put them equals to 180, because this is the triangle. In triangle BEC, EBC is a right angle. Angle B is a right angle which is 90 degree. By putting them, by using the property of sum of angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree, I am using the triangle BCE. The triangle BCE, where C degree plus 39 degree plus 90 degree is equals to 180 degree. And by solving it, I will come to know the value of C, which is 51 degree. And if I come to know the value of C, which is 51 degree, by using the property, I can say that this angle will also be 51 degree, or this angle will also be 51 degree. So let's solve it out. If this angle is 51 degree, this angle will also be 51 degree. If this is a parallel line, this is a parallel line, this is the transversal which is cutting. So this is B degree, C degree, this will also be 51 degree by using the property of the angle. So 51 degree plus 78 degree plus D degree is equals to 180 degree. And by using this, we come to know that B is equals to 51 degree. So this was the question number 1 of exercise 11B. Before starting the question number 2, if you have any question related to question number 1, then please raise your hand. If you have any question related to question number 1, then please raise your hand. Okay, so let's start the question number 2 of exercise 11B. Okay, in question number 2, again there are two parts, and if you can see the figure is of parallelogram. And by using the properties of parallelogram, you will come towards the answer. You will come to know the answer of the parallelogram. By using the properties, you will come to know the answers of the unknown. First of all, in question number 2, part A, find the values of unknown in each of the following parallelogram. In part A, if you can see, there is a parallelogram A, B, C, and D. This is the parallelogram. The diagonals is bisecting in between, and we know the property of the parallelogram, that in parallelogram the opposite angles are equal. The opposite angles are equal, and if opposite angles are equal, which means that A degree is equals to 106 degree. And if I can say that this is the parallel line, this is the parallel line, this is the transversal which is cutting, by using the property of alternate angles, I can say that B is equals to 48 degrees. So this was the question number 2, part A. Question number 2, part number B. A, B, C, D, there is no diagonal bisecting the points, but we have a concept that opposite angles are equal. First of all, this is the concept. And the second one, if you can see, these are the two parallel lines. This is the transversal which is cutting. And we know that when the transversal is cutting the two parallel lines, the angles inside are interior angle, and the sum of interior angles are always equal to 180 degree. So 4c degree plus 5c degree is equals to 180 degree, while to come towards the value of c, which is 20 degree, right? 4c degree plus 5c degree is equals to 180 degree. It means that 4c plus 5c will become 9c is equals to 180 degree, and the value of c will be 20 degree by solving it out. Now, if the value of C is 20 degree, and we know in parallelogram that the opposite angles are equal, which means that 4 multiplied 20 is equals to 2 degree. So 4 multiplied 20 is 80, that is equals to 2 degree. So 80 divided by 2 is equals to d degree, and d degree will be equals to 40 degree. So this was the question number 2 of exercise 11b. This was all about today's lecture. If you have any question related to today's topic, then please raise your hand. Have you marked your attendance? Everyone, please mark your attendance with your name and section. And please be careful while switching on your cameras, because next time I'm not going to allow you to attend the meeting if your cameras will not be switched on. Yes. Anyone who have a question related to exercise 11b, question 1 and 2, please raise your hands. No questions? Okay. So do practice question number 1 and 2, and do memorize the properties of the quadrilateral, so that it will be easy for you to solve the questions of the exercise. So this was the today's lecture. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. I'm signing it out. Take care. Allah Hafiz.